Hi, my name's Stephen Heap and I'm an Indian food enthusiast. If you like the look of the dishes that you've just seen, I'd like to share a couple of recipes with you. And we're going to be creating some authentic vegetarian Indian cuisine that anybody can cook in their own kitchen out of simple ingredients. So let's take a little peek at our wonderful looking ingredients here. To keep the meal balanced, we're going to be using a little bit of cucumber, red onion, cherry tomatoes, a chilli and some lime as a side salad. We've got some fresh coriander that we're going to chop finely and just use for garnish. We're going to be making a wonderful peas pilau rice. So I have 2 cups of basmati rice. You can use any rice you want. That's been washed and soaked for half an hour. We have 1 cup of frozen peas, 1 medium onion finely sliced. We're using a couple of green chillies, but you don't have to use them if you don't want it spicy. Salt to taste, I'm using about a teaspoon, 1/4 of a teaspoon of turmeric to give the rice a nice colour. I'm using a heaped tablespoon of ginger and garlic paste, which is really easy to make. You just simply blend fresh ginger and fresh garlic in a blender with a little water and blitz to a fine paste. And to keep it super tasty, we have 1 teaspoon of cumin seed, 1 star anise, a 2-inch stick of cassia or cinnamon, 4 green cardamons and 4 cloves. Crack the cardamons so the seeds come out and give their flavour off in the cooking. So don't worry if you don't have all the ingredients at home. You can miss a couple, it'll still taste fantastic. So in a suitably sized pan, I've just added 4 tablespoons of vegetable oil. You can use sunflower oil if you want. Let's just let the oil heat up. Then we're going to add our whole spices, give them a quick stir. And then we can add our onions. Give those a good stir as well, those need to be sautéed. Make sure all the ingredients are stirred well together. And because the onions are cut up really fine, in about 1 minute we'll be ready to add the next ingredients. Now we can add the ginger and garlic paste. And after giving it a good stir, it's sizzled off and cooked. In with the green chillies, stir briefly. Next we can add our rice. So make sure the rice is well stirred with the ingredients. Because I'm using 2 cups of rice, I'm going to be using double that amount of water. So I'm going to put 4 cups of water into the rice now. We want it on a medium heat throughout so far. So make sure everything's well mixed. I added cold water, so we need to bring that back up to the boil. And we can add our turmeric and the salt now. Give that a stir and allow the rice to come to a boil. So after a couple of minutes, and it's smelling really good, our rice has come to the boil. It's now time to add the peas, give a stir. So as you can see, our rice has expanded. Next we're going to put a lid on the rice and we're going to put it down to a very, very low flame, and we're going to leave that for about 10 minutes. Very, very gradual heat. And we're going to come back and have a look what that looks like. As we're waiting for the rice to cook, I've just prepared the salad. After 10 minutes on a gentle flame, I've just turned the heat off. Now it's time to open the lid, and after 10 minutes you can see that the rice has absorbed all the water and it's started to curl up. But don't be tempted to fluff it up with a fork yet. Let it sit and rest for about 10 to 15 minutes, and it's still steaming and it's still cooking. So we'll allow our rice to relax for 10 minutes. We've made our salad. Now it's time to make a kidney bean curry. It's really satisfying, and it's an authentic Indian recipe known as Rajma Masala, so kidney bean curry with a gravy. It's really easy to make. We have 1 tin of tomatoes there on the right hand side that I've blended into a fine paste. We've got 1 medium onion finely sliced, 1 tin of kidney beans washed, and drained. We've got a teaspoon of kasuri methi, or you might know it as dried fenugreek leaves, 2 tablespoons of ginger and garlic paste. We've got salt to taste, about 1 teaspoon, and I'm using a tablespoon of my favourite curry powder. And finally, like I said before, if you don't want it spicy, you can simply leave out the chillies. We've got a couple of green chillies finely sliced. First of all, heat a suitably sized pan up, and we're going to be adding 4 tablespoons of oil. You can use a little bit less if you're health conscious. Let that heat up, and we're going to saute our onions for about 2 minutes. Give them a good stir. That's always a good idea to cut your onions up all the same size so they cook evenly. And the trick to preparing onions for dishes is to do them slowly on a gentle heat, which really helps give a really great flavour to your curries. So they are starting to turn brown now. In with the ginger and garlic paste, give that a good stir and sizzle it off for about a minute. So after around a minute, the raw flavours of the ginger and garlic have been cooked out, which is important. Next I'm adding the green chillies. I'm going to be adding the curry powder and the salt, and I'm just going to give that a really brief stir. So we have our nice concentrated curry paste there. It's really important not to burn the spices, so I'm adding just a couple of tablespoons of water. And the water really helps loosen up the mix and get everything really stirred in. Next I'm going to be adding the tin of blended tomatoes. And then again, make sure your ingredients are well mixed on high-medium heat right throughout the cooking process with this one. So to ensure the raw flavours are cooked out of the tomato and we get a great taste, we need to heat that up till it's really sizzling, and we're going to come back in 2 to 3 minutes. We can now add the kasuri methi, or the dried fenugreek leaf. It's always a good idea to scrunch it up. It gives a bigger surface area and you get that great fenugreek taste. But don't worry if you don't have any at home, it will still taste great without it. So after a couple of minutes, that's at a good temperature now, nice and bubbly. In with the kidney beans and give them a good stir. So we just want to allow that to come to a really nice temperature again with some bubbling right throughout, and it's ready. But one thing I like to do, which is totally optional, I like to put a little bit of single cream in, just for a really great added texture and creaminess, and give that a stir. So that's come to a good temperature now, and it's ready to serve. After allowing the rice to relax for 10 minutes, you can see that it's nice and curled up, which shows it's fully cooked, and it's not delicate anymore because it's cooled down slightly. And now we can puff it up with a fork, and you can see nice separate grains. So that's the rice done, the salad done, the kidney bean curry done. Let's serve. So after around 25 minutes of cooking, a little bit of garnish of coriander and a couple of drips of cream on top of the curry, you have a nice meal there for 2 people, and it cost less than £2.50. Thanks for watching.